Okay, I've been playing around with my Asteroids game in Squeak, so I'm going to show you where it's at. I'm going to open a window, and I'm going to set one tiny ship there. You can see it way in the background. I can click on the arrow keys and send it accelerating, turn it around, slow it down, send it in the other direction. It does wrap around, etc. Now, since I'm lazy, I'm going to set the current rotation to 0, the speed to 0, and reset it at 50. Now there's only one poor little ship there, and to show you just how neat it is when you get going with small talk, I'm going to go and find where it draws the ships. Notice it does the little push matrix, translate to -30, draw. Then I have a load identity, and I'm doing 1 to 1, do this draw ship thing. So I'm going to set it to 1 to 2, and save it, and it's now drawn 2 ships. And so you can see them better. First, going to get that out of the way. I'm going to put that at a z of -20, and now you can see they're nice and closer so they can be seen better. Okay, now notice I have this thing 1 to 2. Suppose I wanted to make that a variable that I could manipulate. Okay, let's go to the initialize routine, and I'm going to say my ship count equals 1. And I'm going to save that, and it's going to go, I don't know what you mean, there's no such variable. So I'm going to say declare an instance variable, and it's just to find it. And now, if we look, we will see my ship count is defined in the list of instance variables. Now we go back to a ship render. Well, first let's actually set my ship count to 1. To do that, let's create a accessor method. You can do that by hand, or I'm going to tell it to create one. Notice there's no there is my ship count. There's already one there. Okay, so that's left over from the last time I tried this. So I'm going to say my ship count equals 1. It's there. It's set. I'm going to say my ship count equals 2. And it hasn't set them. So why is that? Because I haven't done anything in a ship render. So instead, I'm going to go and find a ship render where it's defined and say 1 to my ship count do. Now suddenly there should be 3 of them. My ship count, and save. And now there will be 3 of them when I remember to set it to 3. Yes. Or to 50. Okay, I can't even see them all, so let's set that Z back to -50. And sure enough, they're all slave to the 1. It's a chorus line. Now we can set it back to, say 5. And there's only 5 of them. If I wanted to add another instance variable or define a new ship class and draw it with new parameters and whatnot, I could be doing all of that. Now, right now, I've got a little HUD set up. I only show the frames per second. It's 22 frames per second. I can change that by changing the step time, specifying how many milliseconds between frames. If I set it to 10, toggle it so it resets it, it gets close to 80 something. Now if I set it down to 1, it gets over 100 frames per second. And there's my little ships zipping along. Obviously I need to work on how to control them, etc., etc. But you get the idea.